Today we're going to break down a really simple but honestly powerful idea about wealth that I think most people just miss. It's all about the strategy that separates focused, meaningful effort from just pure exhaustion.
You know, it all starts with this idea that feels like a big secret. It's one of those things that, once you hear it, it seems so obvious, but only after you've heard it.
So, let's start with something I bet a lot of you can relate to. We'll call it the hard work trap. I mean, seriously, does this sound familiar? You're putting in the hours, you're pushing yourself to the absolute limit, but when you look up, you feel like you're stuck in the same spot. It's so frustrating, right?
And if you feel this way, you are definitely not alone. This is basically the soundtrack to modern work for so many of us. We've got this belief that more is always the answer. More hours, more tasks, which of course just leads to more burnout.
And here's where it all falls apart. Look at the disconnect. On one side, you've got all the input we're told matters. Hard work, long hours, just sheer effort. But then you look at the output, and it's stagnation, burnout, feeling tired all the time. The math just doesn't add up.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Look, hard work itself isn't the enemy, not at all. But when it doesn't have a clear direction, it doesn't actually build anything. It's just burning fuel and leaving you exhausted.
Okay, so this brings us to a kind of hidden truth, a fundamental shift in how we think that really changes the whole game.
So, if just grinding harder and harder isn't getting us where we want to go,
Then what are we missing? What's that secret ingredient that separates just spinning your wheels from actually building real momentum?
Well, the first part of the answer is realizing what it's not. It's not about trying to outwork everybody else, because let's be honest, someone is always going to be willing to work more hours.
The missing piece? It's direction. It's about where you're aiming all of that incredible energy.
Which brings us to the central theme, the big idea of this whole explainer. Strategy is what creates money. So what do we even mean by strategy? Let's not make it complicated. It's not some corporate buzzword. It's simply the art of applying your effort with focus, with intention, toward a specific goal. It's about being deliberate instead of just being busy.
And you can boil this down into two incredibly simple steps. First, you have to define a direction. I mean, you need a destination on the map, right? And second, you focus all your work, all your effort on moving toward that one destination. And you cut out all the noise and the busy work that leads you absolutely nowhere.
And that brings us right back to this core statement. See, it's not just a clever little phrase, it's a mechanism. Wealth, in this context, is simply the natural byproduct of a really well-thought-out, well-applied strategy.
So here's the crucial takeaway. Without a strategy, all your hard work is just a cost. You spend your time, you spend your energy, and then they're gone. But with a strategy, that exact same effort becomes an investment. It starts to compound. It actually builds towards something and delivers real progress and tangible results.
All right, let's bring all this together and kind of turn the lens back around on you for a minute.
So let's just recap the big idea here. Number one, just relying on hard work alone is a one-way ticket to burnout. Number two, having a clear direction literally multiplies the value of every bit of effort you put in. And number three, a thoughtful strategy isn't just a plan, it's the actual engine that generates wealth.
And so we end right where we began, with this central thesis. This is the difference between being a busy worker and an effective builder. It's the big shift from just being productive to actually producing real, lasting value. And so, really the final question is for you. Take a hard look at your own work, at your own goals. Is all your effort just making you tired? Or is it being guided by a strategy that's actively building your future? Do you agree?